I want to talk about Anna Kasparian and the Young Turks. Again, I'm not super in with what's going on. I have seen some of it. I have opinions on the things I've seen, but it appears to be a complete disaster. So I don't know, Jaden, if you have a summary of it, I know some of it, but I'm not sure of why and what's going on with that whole situation.
Well, it was a while ago. She posted on Twitter her avoidance of issues like gender affirming care and trans people using the restroom of their choosing, her apprehension, I should say, and got called out on it, doubled down on it in the supposed apology or response to the backlash, and that later became her point. More recently, she's talked about befriending a Trump supporter. And after several weeks or months or so of getting close with them, finding out more recently that he was a Trump supporter and being moved by how flattering he was to her, saying that not all Trump supporters are bad people and that, they're just normal people and nice guys like that. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I don't care if you put on a Ned Flanders smiley face. If you're willing to vote against the rights of the very people you're trying to court, then that's not good. That's not a well-intentioned individual. But
So I saw someone say
it's the
something
fascist
online.
drift on her part.
Yeah, it is fascist drift, fascist creep. I saw someone say something online that was like, or online that was like, damn, that's good. Uh, they were like, she's doing the same thing that she accused Dave Rubin of doing. And I was like, holy shit, yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Because remember, she was like going after him or whatever. He's now like loving this. The reality is like, it's not that difficult. The trans issue is not that difficult, right? What this boils down to, and you having apprehension in a bathroom, comes down to fucking bigotry. That's it. It comes down to bigotry. And she's like, just it's just been a colossal disaster. I saw her talking about like referring to people as birthing people. I'm not a birthing person. I'm a mother. It's like, and I saw Mike, the humanist, from the Humanist Report. His response was like, "You seem to be upset about something that no one would ever call you in public. It's only used to be an inclusive term in certain situations. So why does it bother you?" And they've taken a pretty. I mean, just like every time I see a take from them now, it's just like, God, this is awful. I saw Hassan Piker for Jank Giving talking to Jank on stream about the perception
Oh yeah.
of crime in major metropolitan areas and how, you know, Jank was like doing this appeal, this weird fallacy where it's like the appeal of how it appears, what people think about it is suddenly what the reality is. No, like just because people have a concept or a belief of something doesn't mean that's what the reality is, right? Like, I could find you a
Mm-hmm.
billion different examples. So they've made this weird turn where it's like it doesn't the your point is not to argue like, oh, people believe this. Your point is to dissect it. You are the news. I don't care if a million people come in here and tell me the same thing. They do all the time. People come in here and they go, oh, Biden caused gas prices to go up. If my response was, well, yeah, but like, just because people believed it, that would be stupid. That's not true. Donald Trump caused gas prices to go up. Donald Trump did the OPEC deal. I don't need to sit here and like sugarcoat it so people can continue to be ignorant. And I'm not sure why the Young Turks continually do that. And I used to watch a lot of the Young Turks. I remember when Dave Rubin left, and I was like, it kind of really didn't surprise me that much, to be honest with you. Kind of got that vibe from him. It was like a moment where I was like, oh, okay, that's different. All right, well, came to trust you a little bit. But now we're watching, Anna and Jank move that way. And I think everybody's having like this. I think the problem with this election is everybody's having like this colossal, like, how do, how do we change? What do we do wrong? And they're taking it as like, we need to get away with all of these things. And it's like, I don't think that's the case. I haven't changed like in my convictions about this election. I will say that some of the approach needs to be different, not my beliefs. And this idea of like targeting trans youth or targeting trans people as like this super minority and just feeding into it is dumb. And we watch leftists do it all the time. This is not something that needs to, I mean, it's like a non-issue on every level. This idea that they play into, like, watching a lot of leftists play into, like, well, the border now, it's who the fuck cares? No one cares about the border. Like, no one genuinely cares, just
Right.
Republicans. I don't care on a daily basis about the border. I don't think about sanctuary cities or the fact that I live in one ever. So public perception doesn't matter to me. Start fighting in a unified way, like what people are saying that's wrong. Not feeding into it by being like, I'm going to argue from a different perspective. All you're doing is allowing yourself to be gaslit. I don't, Josh, thoughts?
Yeah, the messaging has become far too disjointed on the left.
No, I
Right. And I
absolutely
think
agree with what you're saying. We have somebody in the box. I don't know if you want to pass it up, but
I don't, they're
It's
not
just
being,
forever.
yeah, it's all right. We're gonna work that into as a part as well. But I think that, like, in terms of what I've watched everyone doing is everyone has this, like, this colossal belief of, like, oh my God, what did we do wrong? It's simple what you did wrong. It's simple what everybody did wrong. We didn't focus on the economy enough. That's where we failed. That's it. That's your answer. It didn't have anything to do with fucking trans people. It's like a small minority. Sure, the Democrats should have done a better job. The Democrats just sort of, like, run this platform of expecting that people understand what you're talking about, and so it becomes disjointed even within the party. The American Medical Association, the American Pediatric Association, the American Psychological Association, or Psychiatric Association, all of them, all major medical associations in the United States have a standard of care for trans youth. Start humanizing people. Because I watched, 81 Democrats vote in favor of the National Defense Authorization Act today, which was another story we were going to cover, that, banned gender affirming care for trans youth, for kids in the military, for kids that were had kids their children in the military. And I said this before. My concern is that you're going to watch a lot of weak Democrats go, okay, don't forget their names. Like, if I think that's the thing that disgusts me, of, like, the Democrats think that they can just, like, push away their base, push away a group of people because it's politically convenient for them. No, they need to go. If you don't have any balls, get out of politics. That's why I'm running for president. 2028. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.